Hi everyone! Today I'm going to walk you through how to tune your violin. Now there are two ways to tune your violin. One way is by using the fine tuners located on the tailpiece at the end of your instrument, and the other way is by using the pegs. But today we're going to start by using the fine tuners. And before we begin, I find it helpful to have a handy dandy tuner app nearby on my phone. Most of these are free and available to download on your phone or iPad. The one I use is called Instuner, I-N-S-T-U-N-E-R, and the reason I like it is that it generates the pitch for me, in this case an A. So I'm going to have that nearby while I tune. I'm going to remain in a seated position and I'm going to turn the instrument towards me, and I'm going to start with the E string. I'm going to just start by plucking it to see if it is in tune. It's fairly in tune, but I might make some minor adjustments with my fine tuner. Now here's my little cheat sheet to tell me which way to turn the fine tuner. If I want to make the pitch higher, I'm going to turn the tuner to the right, clockwise. If I want to lower the pitch, I'm going to turn the fine tuner to the left, counterclockwise. And I just use a post-it note and I stick it right here near my fine tuner so I can remember which way to turn it. So my E string is fairly in tune. I'm going to move to my A string. My A string is very flat, so I'm going to turn the fine tuner gently and slowly to the right to make the pitch higher. That's pretty good in tune. Now I'm going to move to the D string. D is also just a tiny bit flat, so I'm going to raise the pitch by turning the fine tuner to the right. And lastly, G, which is fairly in tune. So I've done my work with plucking the strings and getting it pretty close in tune. Now I'm going to check it by using my bow. I've got my tuner nearby if I need it. I'm going to check my A string. And I'm just going to bring my left hand up and around the instrument so I can adjust the fine tuners as I play. That's A, and then I'm going to play A and D together. And I'm going to adjust D to A because I know A is very well in tune. When they ring, they're in tune. Now I'm going to check D and G together. And again, I know D is in tune very well, so I'm going to adjust G to D. And then lastly, A and E. Just making little minor adjustments as I go. That is pretty well in tune, and that's how you use the fine tuners. Now, if the instrument is very out of tune, if the string has gone very flat, or if the pitch has gone too sharp, sometimes we will need to move to the pegs. However, I would start out with using the fine tuners first and the pegs as a second option. Now, the trick with the pegs is not to yank the peg away from you when you first start to tune, but to bring the peg in towards you first and then up and away. If you yank it too hard and away from you at the beginning, it can pop the string and we don't want any broken strings. So I'm going to purposefully bring the tension down on my A string. So my A string is very flat, says the tuner. So I'm first going to, as I'm pushing in with the peg, bring the peg towards me and then away from me. And I'm gonna have my tuner on so I know what the real A is. Still a little flat, again coming down and towards me, and then away, gently. All the while, I'm pressing in with a peg so that the peg will stick once I reach the pitch. That's pretty close, and any minor adjustments I can make with the fine tuners. Here comes the D string. I'm gonna bring the tension way down on the D string, and again, practice by pulling the D string towards me and then away. All the while pressing in. If I don't press in, the peg relaxes and it doesn't stick. into the peg wax, so now it's stuck. Now, I'm going to check my A again with my tuner. Bring my hand around to the fine tuners and make any last minute adjustments. And A and D together. And D and G. And lastly, A and E. And that is how you tune your violin. Happy practicing.